Joining the number one right now, a woman with all the fits, a style icon, a non-gatekeeper. She keeps it real on her IG. If it was made in pink, she owns it. She has the hair you wish you had. She pees behind a snow hill on the Swiss Alps. That way you know she's a real one. Ladies and gentlemen, the queen is here. Rachel, welcome to the number one, queen. Air horns.
The rat queen with her rat terrier. We're here. We're ready.
With a necklace? This is, first of all, this scene that you have on the backdrop is exactly what, if I were to ask AI to create your backdrop, it would be this.
It would be this. I just moved into this apartment. It's my first time living by myself in my life, post-divorce. And would I've ever had a pink kitchen before? No, but I'm single now. And I'm like, I'm going to have a pink kitchen. So a pink kitchen I have.
Hell yeah. And speaking of that, I don't feel like I am the right attire. Hold on a sec.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Better?
Yes,
okay.
1,000,000%. That's,
okay.
Can't take that off now.
Yes. Well, I will when I have to go back to work. I forgot the pink shirt today, but this is here for you. So
that will do.
I feel like this is perfect now. All right. So I first have to give you props because you lived out my worst nightmare, which was having to go to the bathroom where there's nowhere to go to the bathroom on the Alps there. How did that go? Were you like, hey, I got to go. Where are we going?
No, literally. And there was a number 2 being held in too that I was like, I can't do this. It seems like I would be desecrating beautiful property. I'm like, listen, you have to let us pee. And I will do you the favor of holding in this shit, but you gotta let me pee. And they're like, well, you could probably go behind the helicopter. I'm like, done. Let's go, bitch. And we go and we pee. And I'm like, now you gotta run us to a bathroom because once you're in those jumpsuits,
oh man,
tough to get out.
Those jumpsuits were quite the thing. I'm going to show you an image here. I need you to rate your own fit because let me tell you, the all black with the black beanie, it's a vibe. It's a good look.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no.
It's a 0. It's a -20 because without the hair, who am I? I look bald, which I kind of am. So I'm like, no hair. I'd never wear that god-awful purple. Mm-hmm. No, it's a no for me. However, we won the challenge. So I'm like, I can put that beside me. And they're like, do you want to vest when you go home? I'm like, absolutely the fuck not.
Also, what's going on here? This just looks like, you kind of know what's coming at this point,
I look like I've been through it in that photo. And I had been through it. These awful vests they keep throwing on me. I'm like, you want me to serve looks? I really can't do it with these. You got to upgrade the vest. I can't.
Do we have another choice? Where's wardrobe? Is there another choice? This is the only choice? Okay.
This is the color wheel we're working with. These nope, not my color wheel.
Okay. So the most divisive thing, at least on our podcast and amongst the other people we've spoken about, has been the goggle camera. Knowing that you were obviously ready for all of the angles, that always ready for any close-up. When you saw the goggle view, were you like, I pulled that off? Or were you like, there was something a little out? Because I feel like you were the only one who was probably going to be ready for it 100%.
Well, I'm like, where's the brow girl? Who on set was letting us put these goggles on and letting us have all these unibrows? If they knew, I was just glad I didn't ever see my eyelash like half hanging off because there were a couple times I'd put those goggles on and I'm like, well, there go my lashes. So I'm just glad the shots they chose, I didn't look so drunk and disheveled.
They did you well in the edit then, in the glam edit, at least, yeah.
In those particular goggle scenes, yeah. The others debatable, but
well, as Mixie called you, quote, a glam baddie, end quote. What was the worst thing about living and traveling on this bus? We've had inner debates about like showering in the bathroom situation, and then just somebody, obviously, the chances are somebody smells, you know what I mean, or somebody's ripping it all the time. Your digestive system's off. You're not eating the same meals. What was the worst thing about living on this bus? And then I want to follow up. What was the best thing about living on this bus?
Okay. Good question.
Thank you.
The hardest thing for me, the worst thing was like, I'm a bath girl. I will soak in a tub for hours, like every night too.
So
and
you want to get like beyond pruny is what you're telling me.
Oh yeah, no, if I don't emerge as a raisin every single time, I didn't soak long enough. It will be better for my skin quality probably as I get older. However, I love to see. And so the showers, they weren't luxurious, you know? It was like glamping and they weren't bad by any means. However, I'm like a little bougie. So every night having to like rinse off. And then sometimes because it was really cold where we were filming, it was hard, like running into like the shower and then like running back in a towel, like into cold, but things weren't heated well because, you know, it's a bus. So that was the hard part. But the best part about living on the bus was definitely like the conversations. I was across the bed from Kim. Kim's
Okay.
like, she's so out of pocket that like just all the time she'd just be telling these stories. I'd be like watching like, can you tell us another one, a wise one? Like, can you like she just had all these stories about anything and everything. So like the people on the bus, the conversations with the girls was like, it made it all worth it.
I feel like she didn't hold anything back. Like, I mean, one of her great quotes was when after you left and Peter and Janae are getting on the bus, I think she said something like, street dancers are getting on the bus. And I'm just like, what a perfect line to say, Kim.
Knowing Kim, I'm sure there was more that was said and they're like, we got to take that shit out.
You know, we've done enough of these shows now that you can kind of tell like who people really are and who like the edit makes them believe. And like the poor editor's like, I can't use that. I can't use that. I know we're on network TV. We're at 10 o'clock. I still can't use that.
The thing with Kim, what's so funny though, is that like, I don't think that anything she ever says is like with malice. Like she says stuff and it'll sound crazy, but it's like, yeah, but she's just saying it like it is. You know what I mean? Like she's not trying to be a bitch. She's just like, this is just how I feel. And you know, some people are like, that's so like with I had a lot of comments of people when Kim was talking about Jonah being kicked off and was like, nobody had the balls to say he couldn't take it. And I love Jonah. And like, I really understood where he's coming from. And I just remember being like, Kim, oh my God, like, shh, he's right there.
He's literally next to you. This is a bus, Kim.
We were talking about it. He was literally on the bunk next to us. And I literally was like, and I think she just couldn't see that I was like giving her the googly eyes, like he's right there. And she's just like, yeah, he can handle it. It's really hard. It's like, she's not trying to be mean. Like, really, it's just like, he just can't. He can't do it. But I loved it forever, always. Jonah.
He was nice. We talked to him last week, you know, episode 2. You had a big episode 2 in the chalet, which is really fun to say. So who on production did not like you to make you sit in the sun and do this for 3 hours? Because that seemed like not the best thing of you. They put you there, they gave you no sunglasses, and they're having the sun look directly in your face. Everybody else either had sunglasses or they were in a position. Did you feel personally attacked? And why do you feel like they personally attacked you?
Number one, I will say, I was like, I'm going to get so many sunspots. However, when they would stop filming, they'd come out with like umbrellas and be like,
okay.
And then as soon as cameras came out, they're like, suffer, bitch, in the sun, you go.
Deal with it, you loser.
And I was the same way in the first episode. I feel like half the time on camera, I'm like, I can't, where are we? Like,
I knew.
Where are we? I can't see, where are we?
Episode 2, I'm looking at it, I'm like, they keep putting this poor girl directly in the sun. What's going on?
Be fair, I do like some lighting. We love a good light. That was a little bright though. I'm like, the light is supposed to enhance, not like. I was like, why? I was like, I was getting such body dysmorphia watching episode 2. I'm like, does my face look like that? Be honest. Be so for real right now. Does my face look like that? I will literally jump off if I look like that in real life. Tell me no. Tell me no. I was like, man, I hope it was the squinting. I hope it was a wide frame. whatever I got to tell myself to be like, girl, you don't look like that. Don't worry.
Oh, just a little Photoshop AI, just do a little Photoshop AI
It's
situations. Yes. Yes. We know some good photo editors. We'll help you out. It's professional photo editors. Okay. Episode 3, the maze. Do you like a maze? Have you done a maze before? How did you not run into each other? We have so many logistical questions that we could be here all night. Don't want to get you in trouble, but did you guys start in like different spots? What do you remember about the maze? Did you just block it out from your mind because it was so traumatic?
Fuck a maze. Listen, they might have all been running at the same time, and Kim and I would have never run into anybody because we were just like, where are we? And here's the thing. Kim looked like she was struggling. I think I was actually struggling probably more than Kim. Like, Kim was actually like killing it, And I think Kim and I were probably the least athletic out of everybody. So when we got paired, I'm like, no, we're not even like, I won't even try to win. Let's be honest, because we're not. It was very clear once we went by the same place 10 times. I'm like, why am I going to mess up my makeup to sweat and run when I already know we're not in this to win it right now. Ooh.
So you famously said this is the best croquet you've ever seen. Important follow-up. Have you seen more croquet since then? How would you rate your croquet skills on how would you rate your croquet skills on a scale from 1 to 10? And the most important part of the question, it's a 3-parter. I know, crazy. You can answer whatever part you want. Not if you come to LA, when you come to LA and you play croquet with me and Mixie, who would you like to be your partner for the best croquet match you will ever have in your life?
It was the best croquet I've ever seen because it was the only croquet I've ever seen.
You don't say.
Croquet since, nor would I want to see croquet. The only time I will see croquet again is when I come to LA with you and ya girl, and we're all going to play croquet, and all of us will be bad, but it won't matter because I think we'll probably be day drinking and we won't really remember it anyway. So I think I got them all.
Yeah. Who would you like your partner to be if you had to pick a croquet partner from the show?
Oh, from the show? Kim! Did you see Kim? No, wait. No, I gotta.
Oh.
That. She pulled out those moves. The way she squatted, I was like, no, Kim, for sure. Hands down.
Yeah, I mean, that is technically the way, like, most, like, I don't know how I know this. That's like how you're supposed to do croquet.
She's like,
no, we granny style this.
And I'm like, ass of the week. Ass of the week.
Hey! Look at you, just knowing how to get into our good graces once again. Okay, so you did lose. It was the saddest moment of our life, as you saw by my reaction video that I put in our podcast this week. You did get let off in what I feel is probably the best city for you, Paris. How long were you there for? Can you DM us some of the photos of the fits? Because we know there were so many fits left to go, and that's honestly what we're most upset about with you leaving, is all the fits we missed.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Same, literally. I had a whole suitcase, and I was like, it's like, if not for me, the world needed to see what I had, but they can find that on Instagram. And Paris was beautiful. It was my birthday when I got kicked off. So we went to dinner. They put me in this really cute hotel. There was a huge tub. So best believe your girl was sitting in a tub for like ever, pruning up, taking the last 2 weeks and like soaking in there. It was honestly a really great way to finish off a great adventure.
And then Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I'm sure, gave you like a plate of grapes to eat in the tub. He was just like, here you go. I'm Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I'm the best.
I wish. He honestly, nicest, coolest person ever. Like, for the short amount of time I got to see him, super funny, super charismatic, super nice. Didn't feel like he was like hiding in a trailer somewhere to come out. He was in the heat with us, waiting with us, also sunburning with us. And I'm like, that's a real one. He's a king.
He's the king for a reason. Yes, yes. Well, this was lovely. Nice to talk to you in person in real life and not through the interwebs. Hopefully we get to see you on something else in the future. Hopefully they pluck you for something else. That would be wild.
I'm trying because I'm single now. And I'm like, I haven't been single in 8 years. This girl needs to go on a show.
DMs are open.
The DMs are open. And I think I might try to slide in some DMs, but I know how that'll go. There's a couple DMs I'd be like, I've had that DM.
Yeah.
But
Well,
probably not.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful nowadays. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your time. We appreciate you.
Bye.